warning. If you're a Jurassic World fan who will love anything the series puts out, no matter what the objective quality, then I suggest you don't watch this video, cause this isn't gonna be a good one. So this weekend, I had the chance to watch the latest installment in the Jurassic franchise, the 5th movie in the series, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, I'm sure many of you already know how I feel about Jurassic World from 3 years ago. Yeah, that was pretty awful, but is its sequel any better? Well, honestly, the way I see it, the series had only one way to go, which is up. And so it did. Not too far up, mind you, but Fallen Kingdom isn't as bad. Look, I love the first 2 films in the franchise, but everything else has come out as a giant steaming dinosaur turd. Thankfully, Fallen Kingdom is less like a Brachiosaurus-sized dump, but more of a Spinosaurus-sized one. There are loads of problems with this film's story, characters, and pacing, but it's all packaged in a way that gives it all a less offensive odor than the last 2 Jurassic movies. I'm gonna divide this review into 2 parts. The first half being spoiler-free, while the second is spoiler-filled. For those looking to avoid spoilers, well, the trailer's already screwed you over, sorry. But I'll still give a spoiler warning when the time comes. Now, with all that being said, on with the review. I'll start off with the positives, just to get them out of the way. The special effects are great, not fantastic, but great. Definitely the best in the whole series. The CGI is very well done, but even more impressive are the animatronics used. Wow, Rexy and Blue have never looked better. When something CGI is in a real environment like the Sticky Moloch, no matter how well detailed and lit, the eye can always catch it. But unlike the first Jurassic World, there's not this over-dependence on it. Changing up the effects used prevents it from becoming obvious and distracting. Sometimes it was still obvious and distracting, but it's nice to see that the filmmakers did learn something from the last one. Another plus is the cinematography. Director J.A. Bayona used some breathtaking shots throughout the course of the movie. As for more improvements, the leads aren't insufferable, they're not great, not even good in the slightest, but no longer horrible. Zach and Gray are gone, thank God, and are replaced with this little girl Maisie, who doesn't add much, but doesn't detract too much either, so good job. Claire and Owen aren't purely overused archetypes anymore either. Was anything else good in the slightest? Well, the Carnotaurus and Allosaurus look cool, but really there's not much else. Time to pull out the hammer of justice and play whack-a-mole with Fallen Kingdom. It's rant time. I know I just complimented the movie's visuals, but some of the dinosaurs themselves look god-awful. Blue especially. Her design is so alligator reptilian-like. She's so bulky and has such a broad alligator face, as opposed to the much more slender raptors from the originals. Like seriously, looking at her is absolutely disgusting. The Baryonyx 2 looks nothing like it should. Now, I'm not all about making the animals hyper accurate, but when the real life design is far cooler than the generic, boring look in the film, then there's a problem. There's no thumb claw for which it was named, and the snout isn't long enough. Jeez, who designed these things? It also doesn't help that the color palette for most dinos ranges from ash gray to dirt brown. Okay, next up, the antagonists are complete trash. There are 2 different cliches here. First is the money-grubbing businessman Eli Mills, whose only personality trait is cash. There's nothing remotely interesting to him at all. Man, it's not like I haven't seen this trope thousands of times before. His boss and Hammond's ex-partner, Lockwood, wants to save the dinosaurs on a sanctuary, while he betrays him to continue the whole militarized dino bit that no one liked from the first JW, but I'll get there soon. The other villain, Ken Wheatley, is that typical military man who's willing to do whatever and hurt whoever in order to get what he wants. And wow, what do you know, he's super bland and generic too! It's as if the writers were forced at gunpoint to write an entire screenplay within a single day, so they just wrote the blandest, least creative characters possible in order to make it out alive. While I'm still on the subject of characters that suck, Franklin, oh my gosh. His only trait is being afraid of literally everything, so he spends the entire movie just screeching and crying. I don't understand why Franklin had to be here. The only reasoning given for him is to do all the techie stuff on Isla Nublar, but if that's it, why not bring back Lowry instead? He managed all the behind-the-scenes technical stuff at Jurassic World, and was easily the best thing about that movie. So instead of a testosterone-deprived child, we'd have the funny and likable Lowry. Oh yeah, maybe the writers were in a hostage situation, because the film is paced as though it's desperately trying to get itself over with. I don't have a timesheet with me, but the whole part about the leads returning to Isla Nublar takes up maybe 20 minutes. Nothing gets enough time to play out. Like the Brachiosaurus scene from the trailers. The characters stand there, stare at it for 5 seconds, and quickly move on. This scene didn't get any time to breathe. And this continuously happens for the rest of the Nublar portion of the film. We never get any time to just sit down and get to like these characters, which is a darn shame, considering they're not as annoying as before. Every scene tries to go on a mad dash to end. There's a desperate rush to finish the story, but it's not even a good one. Stupidly enough, we're still continuing the whole dinosaurs in the military scheme, which was the stupidest part of the first JW. Actually, the pterosaur attack was the stupidest part, but this was up there. This entire plot point never made a lick of sense. Dinosaurs would be totally useless in the military. If enemy soldiers saw a dinosaur coming at them, a massive target, all it takes is one shot, then boom, down. There goes millions of dollars down the drain. Dogs already do anything a dinosaur can, are super loyal, easily trainable, smaller targets, and are only a fraction of the cost. We've already seen what raptors do when put in a combat situation. Turn on the very people who've nurtured them all their lives. Yep, great idea. So the bad guys want Owen to get Blue off the island in order for them to use her to help create the Indoraptor, a smaller, weaponized version of the Indominus Rex. Other dinosaurs are rescued too, to be sold. But the thing that boggles my mind is that the protagonist just blindly trusts these shady army dudes to take the dinosaurs to a sanctuary, even though there are 5 possible locations next door. Why not just transport them to Site B on Isla Sorna? That's still a thing. Would it be a big problem for the government to do that? InGen owns all these other islands, yet they're being taken to the continental US? Are you kidding me? And why not sell them offshore on these islands? Not the literal basement of a mansion. Yeah, because nobody's gonna notice a 40-foot T-Rex roaring about. Heck, why was Lockwood even waiting for the eruption to capture these creatures? Why not just take them before the very last second? And if that didn't work, well, there's always Site B. Actually, why hasn't anyone else tried to capture these unprotected dinosaurs that are worth millions each? Why is this only a thing now? Also, everyone is all up in arms about dinosaurs going extinct again, yet, again, Site B is still there. So if there's something so special about the Nublar dinosaurs that they have to be saved, then just move them to Site B. What's so difficult about that? Instead of all the dumb Indoraptor mansion stuff, the story should have just revolved around rescuing the dinosaurs and safely getting them to Sorna or a Site C or something. That would easily lend itself to close encounters and narrow escapes as they attempt to wrangle up Carnotaurus, Allosaurus, and inevitably Rexy and Blue. All the while, the volcano serves as a ticking clock. That would be such an awesome adventure, and it can rhyme with The Lost World as a safari adventure through a dinosaur jungle. Speaking of dinosaurs, these aren't. The good JP movies portray dinosaurs as simply animals, not super intelligent alien creatures, not OP monsters, not a Spec Ops squad, and not 80s action movie stars. In Fallen Kingdom, Blue does insane stunts as if she's Arnold Schwarzenegger and has fights with armed soldiers. She's also capable of empathy for some reason, like if she's an actual character instead of an animal. It's flat out insane. The world movies just think that these are literal movie stars capable of pulling off the impossible, when no, they're just animals. Like, seriously, can you imagine a wolf pulling off this stunt? Not only that, but Jeff Goldblum is totally wasted, getting maybe 2 minutes of screen time at most. That is the greatest sin any movie can commit, wasting the amazing Goldblum stutter. That stutter is an amazing work of art, not a piece of trash to be tossed away. I don't even want to keep going, but there's so much left to cover. Time for spoilers! So, we have transitioned from Jurassic Park to Star Wars. The whole human clone thing was totally pointless and adds literally nothing. Nothing would have changed if Maisie was a normal human being, so that was dumb. And speaking of pointless and adding nothing, again, the dinosaurs. There are so many random dinosaur moments that add nothing to the movie. Tell me, what did the T-Rex meets Carnotaurus scene add to the narrative besides a cool shot for the trailers? Why did the Sinoceratops and Carnotaurus have to fight in the middle of them running from a volcano? What did that add? Why did the baryonyx, a very inaccurate baryonyx mind you, have to appear to Claire and Franklin? Isn't lava flowing enough of a reason for them to escape? Not only is the action pointless and dumb, but also inconsequential. This again adds to the dinosaurs being action heroes as opposed to actual animals. Blue, who has plot armor, goes toe to toe with the Indoraptor, getting sliced, bitten, and flung repeatedly, yet never shows any sign of damage, even though it's a dromaeosaur with hollow bones, not Godzilla. All this time spent to building up the Indoraptor, and it can't even hurt your average raptor. Bruh. And the ending makes zero sense. Releasing the dinosaurs onto the US, it's not gonna save them, only stall their inevitable death. Once dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and marine reptiles are released into the wild, they'll instantly become a target. Do you know the ecological devastation that would unleash? The government would pay buttloads for Rexy's head. Roland can finally get a Rex head for his wall. Even though this was a horrible mistake, letting the dinosaurs roam free, it's treated as a beautiful tearjerker moment. No, it's not. This is a horrible idea. Jurassic Park was a mistake. Bringing back extinct creatures was a mistake. God selected them for extinction, and God has come back again to finish what he started. I desperately hope, for the good of our planet's ecosystems, that all these dinosaurs are killed. Think of all the whales the Mosasaurus will kill, all the small rodents Blue will eat. For the movie to pretend otherwise, that this is a happy ending, is completely bogus. I like that Claire decided not to hit the button to free the dinosaurs, showing a hint of growth from her crazy save the dinosaurs self, but her moment was robbed by Maisie's stupid decision. So now, because of one stupid clone, all the whales in the Pacific will go extinct. Yay! Oh, and how has the Mosasaur survived all these years stuck in its fish tank with no functioning filter and no food? This makes zero sense. Maybe this isn't spoilery, but the film doesn't understand how lava works. You can't survive standing next to lava. It roasts you alive before you even get within 10 feet. Yet Owen can roll just inches away. Lava even lands on the head of the baryonyx, and it just shakes it off like a bee sting. So stupid. And it's moments like this which take me out of the experience. There are just so many cringe-worthy moments. Aw man, I can keep going on and on forever, but I'm sure you get the message. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a bad movie. A very well-produced bad movie, but a bad movie nonetheless. Its sheer purpose for existence is to make buttloads of money and shove tons of dinosaurs down our throats, as opposed to using them sparingly and intelligently, like the originals. We already have 5 going on 6 Sharknadoes for free, and Universal expects us to pay for a Sharknado ripoff? Come on. Overall, the main problem of the last 3 movies is their over-reliance on dinosaurs. Heck, there are even dinosaur characters now. Colin Trevorrow, Bayona, and Universal in general don't understand that chucking dinosaurs at the screen doesn't make for a good movie, and certainly aren't what made the first 2 so good. They had great characters, memorable set pieces, and most importantly, used Jurassic Park as a symbol to explore the theme of control, as opposed to Fallen Kingdom's approach of being an epic dinosaur movie first, and providing a competent narrative last. That sucked. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to please leave a like and subscribe. See ya in the next video.